Just got ahead in the count, got fastballs to hit both times, was able to drive the other way.
What's it like catching somebody that has the stuff working that Gray had tonight?
It's very fun. Makes my job easier, and I get to just sit back there and kind of enjoy the show. He was lights out with all of his pitches. It was fun to be able to mix with him and, locate his fastball and just work off of that. So I'm looking forward to catching him in the future, and he's a phenomenal guy, phenomenal arm.
What stood out specifically since you started catching him the last couple weeks?
A lot of guys will say stuff, but I mean, besides the stuff, it's just his character, his personality, the intensity he brings to the field every day. That really stood out to me more than just, the lights out stuff he has, when he comes to the field. So for me, it's just, the composure and the willingness to go out there and compete every day. That's really something that inspires other people to be better too.
Did you get a sense right early on that he had it going tonight?
Not really. From his bullpen early before the game, you wouldn't have guessed that he was just going to be dotting balls in the game. But that's just the kind of person he is. He came out on the field and just, worked it out for himself and was able to just, really control the game from, the mound and the pace and just do what he wanted with, every pitch he had.
Only with this team for a few weeks, but what do you think of the clubhouse and KMO and down to the coaching staff?
I was really impressed with everyone. Starting at the top with KMO, he was a phenomenal person and a phenomenal coach from what I could tell from the time I was here. He brought me in first day and just basically told me how it was done here and just the competitiveness and the process-oriented mindset that they bring to the field every day and how that basically led them to the season that they had before. And leading up to the 90, game wins and just the historical season that they've had here, it's almost contagious. Not to, you come in here and you have to have that energy or else, you just kind of like sink to the bottom. So I think it was a very good atmosphere and just a fun team to play for.
How do you rate this first professional season for you?
Learned a lot and got a sense of what pro ball is all about. Was able to make some adjustments and change levels a couple times, and so I think just being put in those uncomfortable situations, being able to catch a lot of different guys on the mound and just get a sense of what each guy does. I think for me that's going to help a lot, and just moving forward, looking forward to next season and hopefully being able to build on some of the stuff I learned now in the off season. I think it was very beneficial for me.
It's early, obviously, but do you have any off-season plans?
Hopefully, obviously want to get your body right, rest up a little bit, but then hit it hard with hitting, the weightlifting, and, just try and be in the best shape of my life here by the time spring training rolls around, and so that, I'm ready for another full season to, get out there and catch. So, I'm just excited. I'm already missing baseball, so.
You mentioned being on 3 teams. You've played probably with 100 different guys in this organization already. What kind of sense of what they're building did you get from playing on all those teams?
Well, it really started out when I was, when I signed. I went to Camden Yards, got to meet the GM, Elias, and, just really hear what he was about and how he first saw the rebuild going. And then, got to go down to Florida, got to, be with some of the coaches around there. Coach Mills was the guy running the show down there, and just a high energy guy. And, they started down there and they had something like 13 wins the season before, and then they, blew out that entire league. Just had a turnaround season. Then I get to go to Aberdeen, and just they were setting league records up there, team records for themselves. And I think just building on that, and then just coming to a place like this where you got a 90-win season, it's you start to see a trend. And for me, if you build that winning mentality, that winning attitude, it's hard for me to bring a bunch of people who don't know how to win together and tell them to go win. You got to have the wins, and that experience of how to win to be able to just transfer it on and on. So you got a bunch of guys here who know how to win. They know how to be in the clutch, and I think that's going to go a long way.